give YouTube some time to send out the notifications. You ought to come in. You already know, man. Early bird get the worm. The coffee and the soul. Get that day started. Two things before we get into it. The first thing is I did two videos yesterday. One one was a review of an IPTV service, so go ahead and check that out. That's going to be in the description. Well, it's not going to be in the description of this video, but it should be in my video playlist. So that's why it's important that you have your notifications turned on. So, one was the review of the IPTV service yesterday, Chapo IPTV service. They do have VOD. The other video I did yesterday was a live video, and that live video was talking about um, YouTube basically sending out warnings about content creators, certain things that they're not going to be allowed to say. What's up, Uno? That they're not going to be allowed to say. So if you haven't seen that live, it's about an hour. Take this little ride with me on yesterday. A lot of people took that ride with me on yesterday while I was live talking about what's going on with the algorithms and how the government is now getting in the algorithms. So that's two videos that we put out yesterday. So this morning, guys, I want to encourage you. First of all, I encourage you to hit the thumbs up. I hope that you having a wonderful morning. The more thumbs up, the more YouTube sending out notifications to individuals. I know it's early in the morning, but at least they will have the privilege of watching it on the replay. So, want to continue talking about, again, I'm not a financial advisor or whatever, but taking you guys on this journey with me. If you've been coming live with us in the morning, I'm going to try to do this at least twice a week. I don't know what days I'm going to come live early in the morning like this, but do this at least twice a week where I'm kind of giving you guys tips about different financial opportunities or different credit tips or whatever. So the title is Why I Think You Need My Six-Figure Journey course. I've been preaching about the streaming community transitioning. What I mean by transitioning is that looking for different lines of income. I already proved it, in my opinion. I already proved yesterday in that live about YouTube, censoring individuals and taking channels down. And now that the government is getting more involved in data collecting, and now that the government, because of the Facebook debacle, now the government is going to be forced to regulate the algorithms of these platforms. You more than ever will need different lines of income. Let me explain. Let's say you follow a YouTuber that teach you how to program a Fire Stick. Okay, we already know now here in the United States, we took advantage of that gray area, but we already know now that the government basically uh, have begun to pass laws to negatively impact streamers or those that are making money off of streaming. So by them putting laws on the books, now platforms like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, now whenever someone is doing a video about jailbreaking or how to upload third-party apps, now these platforms will they already been doing it, but now they're going to go hands-on, clamp down on the content that's showing individuals how to circumvent the system. So you've been watching content creators show you how to make money in the streaming space. Again, I'm not saying it's going away. I'm just saying it's going to be totally different. It's not going to be as easy as you once thought. So if you've been making money on watching content creators show you how to manipulate different systems or circumvent the systems, uh, that my friend is going to be harder. In my opinion, that's going to be going underground if not within the next 6 months, at least within the next 12 months. A lot of, and you already see it. A lot of this content on these platforms will be changing. because they're putting more and more laws on the book. Okay, so that brings me back to you this morning. What are you planning on doing? Please hit the thumbs up, guys. It only takes a second to hit the thumbs up. What are you planning on doing to create different lines of income or generate more lines of income? Which brings me to my six-figure journey course. Now, I preach about it just about every video. Six-figure journey course, guys, it accomplishes three modules. The first module is credit repair. The second module is, for individuals that say, hey, look, I don't have any skills. Well, I show you how you can go get Google certified, sometimes in a matter of hours. And then I show you where to take that certification and offer that service to someone such as myself that might need someone to run ads or something like that. Okay. And that third module is basically showing you what I'm doing to make money, all right, and what I plan on doing to make money. So let's start with the first module, which in my opinion is the most important. If you look in the description of this video, or you look at the title of this video, I should say, and you look at the thumbnail, you will see a picture of a SoFi card. Now, again, if you've been following us coming to you early in the morning, then you know one thing that I use my wife as a case study. Why do you use your wife as a case study? Because it's someone that I have access to, right? I have access to all of her information, her work history, her birthday, her social, or whatever. It's someone who I have access to all of her information, and I know her history. Previous divorce, two repossessions. She's a nurse. Once she's student loans. I know that her credit was shot. So I use her as a case study. I use myself as a case study because mainly I'm the one that go get all these inquiries on my report. Why? Because I know how to get it off. I don't put a lot of inquiries on my wife report. Once I use myself, I apply for different things. Once I use myself and I get an idea of what the lenders are looking for, right? Then I apply for my wife. Okay, once I get a card, then I make her authorized user, which bump her up. It sounds complicated, but it's not, guys. Basically, once you get the basics, then you develop your own strategy. So, what's the point of having a credit strategy, and why I say you need my video course? Again, to be repetitive, hit those thumbs up, guys. To be repetitive is that the way people in the streaming community have been making money is rapidly changing. So you're going to need different lines of income. You're going to need different lines of income. Now, if you just want to hit a little hustle and make $100 every other weekend or $200 every other weekend, then I'm not talking to you. But I'm talking to individuals that's looking to make 1,200, 5,000, $10,000 a month. Listen, once you get to about 10 grand a month, that's when you're on your way to six figures. Okay, that's when you're on your way to six figures. That's what the six-figure video course show you how to do. It show you how to bring in multiple lines of income and how to scale it up, depending on your drive, to where you can make six-figure plus a year. And it all starts with credit. In the thumbnail, you see that SoFi credit card. Using my wife as a case study. SoFi, when they came out, they haven't been out that long. For us, like this particular credit card was 2% cash back. Most credit cards give you 1% cash back. They give you 2% cash back. It's a little misleading because there's certain things you got to do to get that 2% cash back. But it was by invitation only. Okay, by invitation only. So my strategy was to take my wife credit from horrible, right, to build her up. So right now she's at about like a 735, something like that, in about a 3 month period of time. And my strategy was, okay, getting things off of her credit and six figure journeys, that first module, It shows you how to dispute things, get things off of your credit. All the documentation is in the course. All of the documentation is in the course. Only thing you got to do in about X amount of days, the inquiries, and you will see different things that negatively impacting your credit fall off. You just follow the process, all right? Follow the process. So that's what I did for her. So I got her score up. Once I got her score up, and give you guys the game. Once I got her score up, um, well, let me not say once I got her score up. Once I got it to the point to where she didn't have a lot of things on her credit reported negatively. Now she needs some type of history. Okay. Now, one of the things people don't realize is that when you have bad credit and you have things on your credit for a long period of time, it's hard for you to get back into the game. So, lenders are not going to take a chance on you without a punishment. What I mean by punishment is that if you got two repossessions on your credit, right? If you got a lot of student loans, a lot of credit card debt on your credit, and you've been out the game for a while, let's say that's been on your credit report for about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Okay, it's old on there. So when you go to apply for a car loan or get some type of money, either they're going to deny you, I call that punishment for bad credit, or the interest rates is going to be so high, man. It's almost not worth even getting it. It's almost like going in the store and the candy bar is $1, but you don't have the dollar. And if you want to borrow the money to get the candy bar, they're gonna be like, I'll let you have that candy bar, but give me $3. That's what I mean by punish you. That the interest is going to be so high. So what I did with her is got some things, worked until she got to the point to where she got some things off. Now I have to give her credit history. She don't have credit history because nobody was giving her credit because her credit was so down. Even though it's in a better place now, right? At this point, even though it's in a better place, no one still will lend to her because, all right, you don't have a bunch of things on your credit, but you also don't have histories. Lenders don't want to lend to people with bad credit, and they don't want to lend to people that don't have a credit history. In other words, none of the lenders want to be the first person to give you money. To circumvent that, what I did was put her on my card, on several of my cards as an authorized user. Now, what that does is that not only do her credit get reported, not only do they report to her on the behalf of her credit, but she's getting all of that payment history. So each time I made a payment on that credit card, right? Each time I kept that credit utilization down, she's getting she's getting that benefit. So when they look at her credit, they're looking like, oh wow, look, she got 10-year history, which she really don't have 10-year history. She got 15-year history, which she don't have 15-year history. All right. I'm basically putting her as an authorized user, and she's basically using my credit as leverage. So I got her there. I got her there. Okay. So now we to the point to where now you got credit history. Okay. So then I started applying for little cards and stuff like that. You know, like my wife couldn't even get a Victoria's Secret card. So what did I do? I get a Victoria's Secret card. It's the store card. Some of these stores, guys, especially if you're starting off, some of these stores, guys, you can get like Lowe's card. You got to get you got to get your credit to a certain place. You get like Lowe's card or something like that, Victoria's Secret codes or something like that, and they might give you 1,500, 300. Look, if you're starting off, just get something in your name, okay, and keep the utilization down low. So I did that with Victoria's Secret. I did that with codes, with department store cards. Then I put it on some of my credit cards, like my MasterCard and stuff like that. Um, uh, Navy Federal cards, stuff like that. So now she got all of these credit cards and department cards reporting on her behalf, and plus she got that history. This is the first module in Six Figure Journeys. That's why I'm telling you guys that you need lines of income and to start with your credit. Let me finish the story. So now I got her to that point. Now, if you've been following me about using my wife as a case study, when I got her credit to about, I want to say, she's probably like 680 or whatever. All right, it's time for the next step. And now I put her down on one of my bigger limit credit cards. Boom, credit score shot up. I also had her uh, get put on one of the vehicles. Okay, so she got put on one of the vehicles. She have her own vehicle. When she got put on one of the vehicles, that shot her up too. Okay, because in my household, like the mortgage and like before I got married, I had my home in my name. So like the mortgage and stuff like that, all of that was in my name. So her her debt to income ratio is low. Her debt to income ratio is low. All of that is just strategy, guys. All that is just strategy. So once I got it to that point, using the techniques and stuff from Six Figure Journeys, the first module, this how I'm telling you guys that it worked. The credit module. Now I applied for her to get a Chase card. It's a reserve card. I think it's the reserve or sapphire card. So I applied for her to get that card, and some of the perks of this card is bonus points for when you spend it on travel, hotels, and also cash back for like gas and when you spend it at gas stations and grocery stores. Okay, it's a great card. It's a lot of perks, man, especially for individuals that travel a lot. So I applied to that card and got her $10,000, which was the biggest credit card that she had. All right, that she ever had in her life. That's the biggest credit limit she ever had in her life, coming from bad credit. So now I got up. The problem I have, tech, is trying to. It went away. The problem I have, tech, is trying not to use the card. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about the use of cards. All right, just bear with me. So that's our first credit card. So then she, she get like another little credit card here or there. Okay, so the SoFi credit card, I wanted it for myself. I wanted a card for myself because, like I say, it have great benefits. 2% cash back. They have a whole system to where basically they want you to bank with them or whatever. Okay, I wanted it for myself. I couldn't get that for myself currently. Remember, talking about strategy, I cannot get that for myself currently because I used her as a case study, but I use myself as a case study because what I constantly do is I, I look for like loopholes um, to where I apply for a bunch of things. Okay, I apply for a bunch of things, and sometimes you'll see, not all the time, but sometimes they'll write back and they'll be like, "Hey, look, we denied you because you know you received too many." And this is the thing, you received too many credit cards within a 24 month period. Rule of thumb, I think it's like 524, right? You can't get more than 5 credit cards within 2 years, or they start looking at you, as a risk. But there's ways around it, as as you can tell, there's ways around it. So what I do, if they deny me, they give a reason. They might say too many inquiries within X amount of time, or they might say this or whatever. Not always, but some of them tell you that. So when I get that denial, boom, okay, I don't put a lot of inquiries on her. All right, she haven't got a lot of credit cards within 24 months. Okay, so I wanted to still file for me. So I instantly, because there's invite only, I instantly seen at the time, I instantly seen that. All right, she's at the point to where she can get this card. They're not gonna give it to me because I got too many inquiries and I got too many recent credit cards. She gonna get this card. So I applied for her to get it. Now, when I applied for her to get it, I was like, it should be instant, but it wasn't. They said they're gonna get back to me. And a couple of days went by and I forgot. But then I opened up the email and it was like, welcome to SoFi or whatever. So apparently, in between the time I applied for it to the other day, Boom, she was accepted. Now, it wasn't a huge credit limit. It was only $3,500. When I say only $3,500, guys, I'm not saying it to like, be like that's not a lot of money, because it is a lot of money. But when you using strategy, it's really not. But if you take that 3,500 and you want, again, using credit strategy, you take that 3,500 and you're building, and you take that 10,000 that she got, and then when you add up all the money that she have available on that credit report based on authorized user, then you see that start adding up. 10,000 here, 5,000 there, $3,400 here, $3,500 there. So the goal is to share with you our strategy. Our goal is to get um access to totally 100,000 plus worth of credit. I talk about velocity banking. So at any given time, we can have access to 100K worth of credit. Now, when you say you have a hard time not using the credit cards, here's my strategy for that. And I recommend everyone consider this. Here's my strategy for not using your credit cards. When you get your credit card, use your credit cards. In fact, if some of them, if you don't use them, they will close your account. And if you get enough credit cards that's closing the accounts, it can impact your credit negatively. Use your credit card. It's a strategy. So when you go to get gas, don't use your debit card. Use your credit card. Just pay it before the statement date. That's gonna show up as a payment towards your credit. That's gonna be a positive. You was gonna spend that money regardless. Look at it like this. When I talk about perks and stuff for credit cards, look at it like this. If you're getting 1% at grocery stores, 1% cash backs, or you're getting points for using the card, depends on the card, and you're getting these perks. You say, well, Tech, 1% is not a lot. Well, I go to the store every day to get supper. I shouldn't. I should just go to Sam's one time. But a lot of times we go to the store after we leave the gym or whatever. We go get supper for the kids or whatever. Uh, so about 90% of the time we go to the store every day. Okay. In that case, instead of using your debit card, use your credit card, because it's money that you was gonna spend regardless. You get nothing back when you use your debit card. Okay. So you use your credit card, that adds up. At the end of the month, I'm getting $40 cash back, $50 cash back, $24 cash back. At the end of the month, that's just on one card. You go to the gas station, is you're gonna put gas in your truck regardless, or your vehicle regardless. Use a credit card. You'll get points at the end of the year or at the end of 4 or 5 months, depending on how many points you accumulated. As you can see, I do a lot of traveling, well, in the morning and the evening. Okay, go ahead, use the credit card. Just pay it. Just pay it off. Look, it's not free money. It's not free money. You got to pay it back. But what I'm saying is, don't use your debit card. What's up, Technology King? Don't use your debit card when you're not getting anything back. Use a credit card where you can get those perks back. And if you have a credit card that don't have perks, at least you're getting that payment history. And one of the things I do is that I'll go and I say, all right, this card will report on X day or whatever. Well, if I use my debit card or whatever, I try to make a payment 2 days after I use my debit card. Some of them don't allow you to make more than 3 payments or whatever within a statement period. Just know the rules or whatever, okay? Just know the rules. But at least you're getting something back. If you use your debit card, you're not getting anything back. So let's get back to her. So now she got this card, and you guys probably see like a lot of advertising for SoFi card or whatever. Again, I wanted it, but because I had a lot of inquiries and because I have received more than 5 credit cards within a 24-month period, okay, they looked at me and they like, all right, now this individual right here is just gathering credit. Okay, I mean you get that. There's ways around that, but you get that. Hit that thumbs up for me, guys, so you two can send the notifications out. So now she got the SoFi card. What you think the first thing I did? Once my wife was approved, what's the first thing I did, guys? I went and added myself as the authorized user on that card. So it's like double dipping, bruh. So everything positive with my credit, boom, I put my wife as an authorized user, or put her on the revolving loan or something like that. So her credit report reaps all of the benefits, everything positive that happened with her credit. I put myself as an authorized user, and I reap all of the benefits. Now, so let's say I told you guys this time next year I want to have a different home. So let's say her credit score 730. Let's say my credit score like 740, 760, something like that. Okay. So at the time we go in, we know we got great credit score. So depending on how much home we want, okay, we can have a down payment or not have a down payment. Let's say we do have a down payment. All right, we need a down payment, bro. Now we got access to all of these credit cards and stuff like that. So what we'll do, if we had to, we can put the down payment on the credit card if we want to, and it's not going to hurt our overall credit utilization, because you want to keep it between 3% and 10%. Some people say as high as 12. You want to keep it between 3% and 10%. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you're doing this credit strategy, here's the thing. The more you have credit cards reporting on your behalf, and the more you are a good steward of the credit cards, and you're not carrying high balances and stuff like that, then you develop a relationship with that company. After about 6 months, you could request a higher credit limit. If you get a higher credit limit, that means, like, let's say my wife on that Chase card, all right? So, hey, look, don't spend more than $1,000, okay? Because you want that credit utilization to be low, okay? But let's say it's 50,000. All right, so she can spend more now without hurting her credit utilization. And that's the overall goal, is to get higher credit available, so your overall credit utilization is not hurt. Which lead me to my next point of why I think you should get the six-figure journey course. Is now you can start funding your endeavors using your own credit. When I talked about it 2 years or so plus ago, and I've been saying it every now and then, with starting me on this financial journey and learning finances, that I discovered something called velocity banking. And I seen like all of these young people um, having credit cards, and I see older people too, people my age too, and basically saying they don't have to go to the bank to get a loan. They were saying they are their own bank because they had a strategy around credit cards, or a strategy around having access to different line of credit. Uh, that's amazing, because if you want, like I use this as an example, hotspots. If you want to buy my video course, how to start a hotspot business, and one of the things I said is that I recommend is that you use the same hardware. That way, every customer have the same device in their home, and if there's an issue, you can troubleshoot it. Well, these things can be sort of expensive if you have to buy 10, 5, or 8 hotspots, the ones that I get, and they're coming in at 150, $100, 130 um, a while. So, do you use your debit card to get that? No, man. You already know that you're gonna have the clientele, so you put that on your credit card. All right, you don't have to borrow from anyone. You have the money that you need access to. You have access to capital to fund that business idea. So you put it on your credit card. You're going to get perks, and then of course you price in, you mark up the price so you can make a profit off of that device and you can pay back the credit card. Hopefully before that statement. Hopefully before that statement come in. If you don't have all of the money before the statement come in, I recommend that you don't make the minimum payment. But if you got to make the minimum payment, make the minimum payment, because sometimes credit card companies, they give you an option that it's interest free for 6 or 12 months. Again, you just got to look at the benefits of the card and what you're buying. So if you got an interest free, then yeah, make the minimum payment. You just got to worry about the hit coming to your credit card utilization. But that's having access to capital and getting stuff in return. That's just the first module and six-figure journey video course of how you can earn six figures. Okay, that's just the first module dealing with credit. That's just an example of how you can get access to credit. You can leverage credit cards to fund your business ideas, to fund your endeavors, or like somebody asked me the other day, they're like, how many credit cards you have? I was like, man, 20 plus, I think. You know, and you might say, well, Tech, that's a lot to manage. It's really not a lot to manage. It's really not a lot to manage, guys. So take that into consideration. So she got the SoFi card. I made myself authorized user. You probably seeing a lot of advertising about this card because this card has some great benefits, some great perks. Okay, and we got big plans for that card. Credit unions, guys, take advantage of your local credit union. Okay, Navy Federal is one that I tell people. Navy Federal card. I just got a couple of months ago. I told you guys, approved for $3,500 credit card with Navy Federal after being with them for 1 month. Now, you got to be in the military, or you got to have a family member that's in the military to get a Navy Federal credit card. Here's the thing. My brother-in-law, I have two brother-in-laws that is in the Navy. One is currently in the Navy. Simply got in touch with him. He gave me his number. I signed me and my wife up. Now you said with Tech, I don't have a relative that's in the Navy. Let's say you have a roommate. You live with somebody. Maybe they have, maybe they in the Navy or in the reserves or something like that. You can get put on through them. You just need their number, guys. You just need their number. Get put on through them. So it's easier than most people might think to get put on Navy Federal. That's just module one. Now, now that you're getting things off of your credit, now that you learning how to get a credit history, you could, if you want, like I said, I use myself as a case study, I use my wife as a case study. You could, if you want, take a family member, take a friend, right, or even a stranger, and say, hey, look, this is what I did to improve my credit. I can do this for you for a fee. Now, somebody might say, with text, people really gonna pay you to help repair their credit? Yes. People go to credit repair, especially around income tax time. Why? I guess people have more money, but especially around income tax time, a lot of people go seek out to get their credit repaired. I'm gonna have to come back watching on replay. A lot of people go try to get their credit repaired. Now, what these credit repair companies do, they're like, all right, we're gonna take all your information, and then they charge them monthly. It might be like $100, a month. They charge them monthly, which is a good business model because you could retain this. They pay you $100 a month. It, you know, it really don't take all. It really don't take all of that. You can charge them a one-time fee, whatever your prices are. I got on NF by my daughter. We was working on the base where I live. Yeah, Navy Federal. That's good. Navy Federal is a good credit union, guys. They got others, and I plan on doing a video about another one that I just signed up for, but I'm waiting on the results on some things. Again, using myself as a case study. So I forgot what I was saying. So uh, you can develop a strategy. You can charge other people whatever your price is to repair their credit. Once you get credit history and once you get your credit score up, You can even apply to put your credit on what we call trade lines, to where you can charge people to use or to become authorized users on your credit cards. Okay, so you have higher limit credit cards with a good history. You can charge people X amount of money to become an authorized user. Now they're never gonna have access to your card, so you don't have to worry about somebody spending or using your credit card. They're not gonna have access to it. You just gonna list them as an authorized user as a stated for a stated period of time. So let's say you pay me $300, I make you authorized user on the $50,000 credit card that I have. They're gonna get that $50,000 worth of credit added on to their credit, okay, and they're gonna get their payment history. That's a temporary solution because, of course, after you take them off there for a month or 2 months or 3 months, after you take them off, then that's going to be a hit to their credit. But what that does is it buys that individual time. For example, if I'm about to purchase a house or I'm about to purchase a vehicle and I want the best deal I can get, I get a trade line. Okay, the trade line is going to bump my credit up, going to show payment history. Okay, and I'm going to get a better deal. So one of the strategies is before you make a big purchase, then you go ahead and you look into getting the trade line. So the example, if I have to spend $500, pay somebody $500 to get put on their credit in the form of a trade line to get their payment history and all of that, and it's going to save me $3,000. It's going to save me $5,000 worth of interest. That's a good investment. People do it every day. So if you get your credit up to par, not only are you repairing people credit and they're paying you, it's an option, but you can get paid passive income just by making your credit available to others. That's just the first module of Six Figure Journeys. How just using the credit aspect of Six Figure Journeys, how I strategize and use that to bring in extra income in my household. Okay. The the second module in Six Figure Journeys is, people that say, well, I don't have any skills. I don't have any skills. Great. You know how to turn on the computer? You're watching me, you probably know how to use a tablet, a phone, a desktop, or a laptop. Okay. The second module, it literally brings you to Google, to one of the Google websites, Google Skills, giving you the game. And from there, you can become certified, Google certified. From there, you can become Google certified in different categories. It might be running ads, AdSense, or something like that. Once you become Google certified, which depends on how many certifications you want, which one you want. It can be in a matter of hours, days, or one day, just depending on what you want. I showed you a module to, excuse me, what platforms you can bring that certification to and offer that as a service to someone like me. For example, my Six Figure Journey video course, when I advertise on Facebook or YouTube, all right, I go to one of those platforms, okay, and I hire someone from that platform, someone that's certified and running ad campaigns, okay. If I want to do SEO, I go to those platforms and I hire someone that's certified in Google SEOs, all right, search engine optimization, okay. So you can go from having no skills to becoming certified in Google, using that certification on those platforms, and then boom, now you're offering your service to different individuals and you're making another line of income. The third module, guys, I tell you, the things I'm doing to make money currently, everything that I'm doing to make money currently, all right, and what I'm looking to do in the future, like subject to buy is basically buying homes from individuals that's in distress without going through a bank. Not only are you helping them, okay, not only are you helping them, but now you have access to the home. You can do like an Airbnb, or you can rent it out or something like that. Peak the strategy, how everything come together. I don't have. Let's just say, for example, You say, Tech, I want to be in a better position. I want to be in a better situation. I don't have good credit and I don't have capital. I don't have a lot of money in the bank. Now you make the investment in yourself, which for this man, look, the credit thing alone, I done seen people offer courses about credit for $2,500. You know, just talking about credit, not all the other stuff that I'm telling you about. Okay, Tech, I want to be in a better position. All right, so I go ahead and I tell you, all right, invest in yourself. $100, you get in over an hour or close to an hour worth of information. Invest in yourself. The first thing you're gonna do is start writing these letters. You don't even have to write the letters. Just cut and paste. Smell it all. Just start working on your credit. Okay. Then I'm gonna show you how you can build capital. Then you're gonna go from the comfort of your home. If you choose to go this route, no money, start working on your credit. All right. Comfort of your home. If you choose this route, go get certified in Google skills. Start offering your service to individuals. Okay. So now you're making a little bit more money. Making a little bit more money and you're working on your credit. 6 months pass. Now you to the point. Now you to the point, guys, to where you got decent credit, not great credit, decent credit. Let's just say you got fair credit, 680, something like that. Okay. It's possible. It's possible within 1 month. It's possible within 2 months. It's possible to get there. It's easier than what you would think. And now you got some passive income. So now you're ready to take the next step. Within 1 year period of time, you can repair your credit, or within 6 months. It all depends on your grind, guys. Or within 6 months, 3 months, or whatever. Everything with my wife happened within 3 months. Every case is unique. That's why. That's why in the video course, that's why you have so many options to get to where you need to be. Okay. Now you to the point you say, all right, Ted, I got a couple of credit cards. Okay. I got a couple of credit cards and I'm ready. I'm ready to walk out on faith. Okay, I got decent credit. I got some passive income when I'm providing some services for people. All right, or I'm selling hot spots, and I'm one of your students that's making 5,000 a month or 7,000 a month selling hot spots. Or tech, you know what I'm saying? I'm making an extra $900 a month selling hot spots. Again, depending on your grind. Okay, my students, it run a gamut. It runs the gamut. I got some people. I tell y'all this all the time. Some people making more money than me selling hot spots, but that's their main focus. That's their main focus. I have different irons in the fire. That's their main focus. So it depends. You're only gonna go as far as your drive takes you. If I cut out, guys, stay with me. Coming through a bad area, stay with me. Just refresh your YouTube if I cut out. Okay. So now you're to the point where you got access to some capital. Let's say you got about 3 or 4 credit cards, and let's say you got about, let's say, anywhere between 10,000, 5,000. Okay, 10,000, 5,000 worth of credit cards collectively. You can do subject to. So you find someone with a distress home. What I mean by distress home is that you go, and this module 3, we're in module 3, you go and you see somebody that's about to get foreclosed upon. What you do is you go to that person, okay, and you say, hey, look, this what I can do for you to keep your credit from being destroyed, because you get a foreclosure on your credit, man. That's a hard road most times to come back from. To keep your credit from being destroyed, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay back what you owe the bank, okay, and in exchange, you're going to give me the title. Now, people don't realize this. When you buy a vehicle, the title is attached to the lender. That's why you don't get that title until you pay the vehicle off. But with a home, it's separate. With a home, the title is in your name. That's why each time you buy a home, you do a title search. The title is in your name, all right, not the lender. You just got to pay that lender back, okay? So what you do, you buy that title from that person, and part of the agreement is I'm going to get you current. So let's say they behind. Let's say their house note is depending on where you live. Let's say in Louisiana, medium income, what the average house is in this area in Louisiana. Let's say a 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Let's say 1,800 square foot home with decent credit when they got it. Okay, probably $1,200 a month. The foreclosure process usually begin after 3 to 4 months, depending on the lender, depending on the situation. Okay, so let's say they're 4 to 5 grand behind. Now you don't have to have 4 to 5 grand in the bank. Now you take that credit card and boom, look in that module, all because there's paperwork and stuff, that legal stuff you have to do to make sure. All right, in that module, everything you need, the contract, the paperwork, everything you need is in that module. Only thing you got to do is just download it right from the video course. Download it right from the video course, right? And put your name, dates, and stuff on there. Finesse it to fit your situation. But all of the paperwork is there. Okay. So after you go through all of that, you boom, 4,000, 5,000. You pay back the lender. You got them current, and now you have legal documentations that give you ownership to the house. You can even give them money to relocate. So uh, let's say you want to sweeten the deal. Hey, look, I'm gonna pay back your back mortgage, all right, and I'm going to I'm going to give you $1,100 or $2,000 to relocate to find you somewhere else to live. Okay, so now you got a total of 7 grand invested into this property. If you got a 4 bedroom home, guys, right? A 4 bedroom home, 2.5 bath, you can put someone in there, put someone in there, and you can charge them that $1,200 that the individual was paying. All right. No, I take it back. If they was paying $1,200, you want to charge the renters in a big house like that. I would recommend that you petition it. When I mean petitioning, like split it up, like college apartment style, where you can get more rent. Okay, a petition is nothing but a couple of 2x4s and sheetrock, depending on how you split the home. Okay, so they were paying 1,200. If you can get roommates in there, or turn it to Airbnb. If you turn it to Airbnb, you can make anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the location. All right. If you're doing Airbnb, make sure that you got a good location. Depending on the location, you can make anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 plus a month. Okay, especially if it's in a good location, by an airport, by a waterway, like a beach or something like that, you can make good money. But if you just want to rent it out, okay, I know my mortgage, because you got to keep the mortgage up. That's part of the agreement. I know my mortgage is $1,200. I know I got $7,000 invested into this property, so I'm going to charge at least 1,500 to 2 grand, 1,500 to 2 grand a month for this home, bruh. If somebody got a big family and they don't have good credit, $2,500 ain't nothing for a big house. But if you petition it, you break the house up, or you sell individual rooms for rent, okay, you can easily get 3 grand or $2,500 a month, just from people paying rent, especially if you have like a university in the area, something like that, college students or something like that, and roommates. Okay, so you just want to make sure that you price it to where you're able to cover the mortgage each month, and at the end of 6 months to a year, you want to make sure that you've been and made your money back, that you've been and made your that $7,000 that you had invested. You will make sure that you made that back. Now you can rinse and repeat. You make your money back. Okay, you take that same 7 grand, you do it with another house. Every dime you making after you paying the mortgage on that first house, everything extra, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to put that on the credit card note no more. All that's profit to you. So now you repeat the process. You done paid yourself back. That's what you're doing. You paid yourself back. Now you go get another home. Here's the thing. Uh, I don't know what's going on beyond streams. I don't know what's going on, man. Here's the thing. You can take that route. You take the Airbnb route, or you can do what I think is the most profitable way to make money today. If you have a trailer park in your area, okay, you have a trailer park in your area. Again, I'm walking you through I'm walking you through how each module of this course could eventually get you to making thousands of dollars a month, right? Eventually get you to 10 figures easily, easily. Just take some of these ideas, all right, and follow these ideas, okay? Here's the greatest one. Got your credit fixed, got a couple of credit cards, got a couple of you got some working capital or whatever, access to credit, okay? You got some passive income coming in from providing services because you're Google certified. Okay, so now you go to your local trailer park and you say, hey, look, you got a trailer you want to sell on this. The park manager usually has trailers, and you work out a deal. Get the trailer for $5,000. Okay, $5,000. Use one of the credit cards. Do you think it's wise to try to get a personal loan to pay off debt? It depends on the interest, and it depends on how much the debt is. I'm a fan of I'm a fan of consolidating your debt whenever possible. That way, you're only dealing with one lender. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. All right, back to the story. Back to this method. So this is the greatest way. I think you give me a thumbs up, guys. We got a few more minutes live after I finish telling you guys this. This is why I think it's important for you to get the six-figure journey video course. Go to the trailer park. You find a trailer that's not in too bad of a condition. Okay. You say, all right, I'm gonna buy this trailer from you for $5,000. Okay. And let's say you need about $1,200 worth of work. You don't have to make it look like a palace. Okay. These park managers in the trailer parks, they want to get these trailers back in commerce because the thing is that when a trailer come back online, then you pay the individual standing up paying them monthly. And that's how it works. That's how trailer park make money. They don't make money off the trailers. Most people bring the trailers there, okay? But what they do is they charge the people $150 to be on their lot, to be on their land, or whatever the price may be. Now you got access to this capital, or whatever. You go $5,000, you put that on your credit card. $1,100 repairs, you put that on your credit card. Okay, so here's the thing. Now you do rent to own or owner finance. So now you go out there into the community and you say, hey, look, you can have this 3-bedroom home for $10,000 and I'm going to finance it. I'm going to finance it. Check this out. You got $7,000 I still invested into it, $6,000 I still invested into it. All right. Give me a $3,000 down payment. All right. Boom. You take that $3,000 down payment, you put that towards your credit card. Okay. Because again, you about $7,000 into the credit card. You take that $3,000 down payment, you put that towards your credit card. You write up a contract. You say, all right, every month you're going to pay me X. So 3-bedroom trailer or whatever, on a finance or rent to own, because you had that credit card, because you had that capital, you was able to buy it. They're gonna pay you whatever fee you set, whatever's reasonable, whatever's in your price. The only thing you want to make sure that you include the price of the trailer park. So if the trailer park is charging $150, and you say, all right, I'm gonna charge you $300 a month to stay here, plus that $150, so they're paying $450 a month to stay there until they get to that $10,000 mark. Okay, or if you want to pay it off, because you really don't want to be joined at the hip with people for too long. But if you want to pay it off earlier, then you just bump up the price. Your market is going to dictate the price. Right here in Louisiana right now, because of after Hurricane Ida, listen, man, people paying in some areas, people paying $2,100 a month for 1 bedroom, $5,000 a month for 2 bedrooms because it's so hard to find a place to stay right now. So just imagine those that have properties right? Have properties. Even if the properties was damaged and they was able to get it back online faster, just imagine the money that they're making. So to me, that rent to own thing is good, because if you're doing an Airbnb and are you doing a rent, when I say petition it up and you're renting out different rooms or whatever, you can make money that way. But to me, if the AC go out, you got to go repair that. If the water heater is leaking, you got to go repair that. It's still profitable. You just have to budget it, okay? But the trailer part is, if the AC go out, that's their problem, because they're buying the home from you. They just got to pay you. They're a homeowner. It's almost like they have a mortgage and you the lender. If you got a mortgage and your AC go out, your lender ain't coming out there to repair it. That's on you. And you can flip those trailers fast, man, especially around income tax time, right? Think about it, man. You got a young lady staying with her mom, got 2 or 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? All right. And she looking to get on her feet. She want to own, but she don't have credit, right? She don't have credit history. Nobody's willing to lend to her. Or it could be a family that need a place to stay and they don't have good credit. Nobody's willing to lend to them. Um, you basically guys can be their lifesaver. Hey, give me a down payment, all right, and then you pay this, and at the end of this term, whether it's a year or 2 years, at the end of this term, you're homeowning. You are a homeowner. So that is why I say, guys, you need to get the Six Figure Journey video course, because there's so many ways you could manipulate that information to where it can work in a positive manner in your favor. So go ahead, check that out. Um, have a strategy, man. Have a strategy, and your strategy might change from here to there. But have a strategy. Like I said, the way we making money now, guys, is going to be totally different in upcoming months and years. It's going to be totally different. So make sure you have a strategy. It's your boy taking a bathroom, guys. I got some more IPTV reviews coming. A lot of IPTV review owners are hitting me up for reviews, man. They already know once they make their payment, they get put on the schedule. So I got a lot of them getting put on the schedule. So we gonna have a lot of IPTV reviews coming here shortly. It's your boy taking the bathroom. Until next time, guys. Check out the video courses. Listen, don't be one of those individuals that sit up here and be like, "This is a lot of information. I'm gonna do it one day, bro. Start now. Start now. I'm gonna tell you a story. My wife and myself was talking to one of my kids, and kids, they do things they shouldn't, and we were basically scolding him or whatever. And one of the things we told him was this: is that the reason why we hard on you is because there's things we done in our lives, right, that caused us to be farther behind than where we should be. And the only reason why we're not farther ahead in life is because we had the mindset, I don't know if I can do that, or we have the mindset, I'm gonna do that later. So literally, we done went through years. Hit me out. We done went through years of just letting things ride when we could have just took the 3 months or the 6 months, right? After we learned the process. Because trust me, if I would have had access to this knowledge earlier, I would have done it, man. Knowledge is power. But after we got the knowledge and we took the 3 months, right, to build everything up, man, it's like, wow, I went all these years with bad credit or poor credit, right? When I could have just took a couple of months to do these simple things to be in a position to where I basically can fund my own endeavors, to be in a position to where I basically, what I'm saying, can have any business idea I want and basically be able to just swipe a card and make money using the bank money to make money without saying, oh, I got to raise this amount of money or whatever. using the bank money to make money. So go ahead, guys. Give me a thumbs up before you leave. If you're watching this on the playback, guys, go ahead and check out the video courses. Start today. Start today. Your boy taking the badge until that time.